This video is designed to help you start an event venue business. At the end of the video, you'll find a valuable gift. It's an event venue business plan that you can download, and will lay down for you, step by step, everything you need to know to start a successful event venue business of your own. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Dear research. Research is a critical step, as you'll need to determine the viability and requirements of starting an event space in your desired location. The information you gather will also help you develop a business plan, a must if you'll be seeking financing. You also need an understanding of the economics of starting your event space. As a first step, reach out to professional trade associations, such as the National Association for Catering and Events, and the Wedding International Professionals Association. These professional groups can provide data on the industry, information on becoming a certified planner, mentoring programs, and the opportunity to network with other professionals that have started their own event spaces. There are other associations out there, but most are geared more toward large conventions, so they might not be best for entrepreneurs who are starting small. Next, start finding the best location for your event space. It's important to understand the potential of your market and your competitors. Is there enough business available to support another venue? What are your competitors offering? Will you be able to stand out from the competition? The last thing you want to do is start a business in an area that can't support it. After conducting your research, it's time to put your event venue business in motion. There are a lot of steps, some creative, others administrative, but this is the first step toward achieving your goals. Define your offerings. What types of services do you want to offer? Do you want to own a wedding venue, or focus on corporate events? Think about what your competitors are providing, and how your offerings can set you apart. Consider starting with a particular niche, then expand your offerings over time. Think through what's manageable, but don't limit things so much that your event space is unused 5 days a week. Identify your target audience. In conjunction with defining your offerings, it's a good idea to think about the people you'll be serving. Make sure you design your services, location, and customer experience based on who these customers will be, and what they'll need. For example, you don't want to build a luxury events business in an area where residents are looking for middle-of-the-road prices. Take care of the business legalities. There are various legal business structures to consider that will determine your taxes, personal liability, and how much paperwork you'll need to complete. A sole proprietorship is a popular business structure because it gives the owner complete control over the business, and it's easy to form. However, as sole proprietor, you'll be personally liable for your company's debts. You could also choose to form a limited liability company, if you are interested in liability protection. An LLC structure would separate you from the business, protecting your personal assets, and allowing you to avoid personal responsibility for business debts. Location. This will probably be the most important and expensive decision you will make. Your location needs to fit with your business model. For example, if you're focused on weddings, you might want a space where there's ample indoor and outdoor ceremony areas, and rooms where bridal parties can get ready. There are a lot of things to consider, such as buying or leasing a building, the amount of money it will take to get the space in good condition, the amount of square footage you need, the type of kitchen space you need, adequate parking for guests. Consider all of these variables carefully. They'll determine your initial capital expenses and your ongoing operational expenses. Obtain permits and licenses. When you register your business with your state, you'll have to get business permits and licenses, such as permits for construction, and a license to sell liquor. You'll also have to meet laws and requirements regarding maximum capacity, noise levels, and inspections to ensure the building is up to code, and not a fire hazard. Purchase operational assets. Although your building will likely be your biggest expense, there are other things you'll need to purchase or rent to be able to open the doors. These may include furniture, computers, a stage, dance floor, audio-visual equipment, podiums, dishes, glasses, and silverware. Make an exhaustive list, and determine what you need to purchase, and what you might want to rent or outsource to other vendors. In the beginning, it might not be feasible to buy everything, so you'll need to find cost-effective solutions, like leasing to keep what you need on hand to operate the venue. Marketing. As you get close to opening your doors, market your business early so you can start booking events. Use your social networks to get the word out. You might also want to consider hosting an event at your new venue, and inviting potential clients to see your space. You have to get creative to keep your marketing budget down, while getting as many bookings as possible. You absolutely have to be booked on weekends to pay the bills. You need to work to book events during the week, too, because that will be your gravy. The next part of the video is not specific to the event venue business. Nevertheless, this knowledge is essential for success in the event venue business, as well as in any other business. Ignore it at your own peril. Operating a successful event venue business will depend on the following 4 conventions. 1. A practical plan, with a solid foundation. 2. Dedication, and willingness to sacrifice, to reach your goal. 3. Technical skills. 4. Basic knowledge of management, finance, record keeping and market analysis. As a new owner, you will need to master these skills and techniques if your business is to be successful. Finding a niche. Small businesses range in size from a manufacturer, with many employees, and millions of dollars in equipment, to the lone window washer, with a bucket and a sponge. Obviously, the knowledge and skills, required for these 2 extremes, are far apart, but for success they have one thing in common. Each has found a business niche, and is filling it. The most critical problems you will face, in your early planning, will be to find your niche, and determine the feasibility of your idea. Get into the right business at the right time, is very good advice, but following that advice may be difficult. Many entrepreneurs plunge into a business venture, so blinded by the dream, that they fail to thoroughly evaluate its potential. Is your business idea feasible? Before you invest time, effort, and money, the following exercise will help you separate sound ideas from those bearing a high potential for failure. Identify and briefly describe the business you plan to start. Identify the product or service you plan to sell. Answering yes to any of the following 3 questions means you are on the right track. A negative answer to all of them means the road ahead could be rough. 1. Does your product or service satisfy an unfilled need? 2. Will your product or service serve an existing market in which demand exceeds supply? 3. Will your product or service be competitive based on its quality, selection, price, or location? Market analysis. For a small business to be successful, the owner must know the market. To learn the market, you must analyze it, a process that takes time and effort. You don't have to be a trained statistician to analyze the marketplace, nor does the analysis have to be costly. Analyzing the market is a way to gather facts about potential customers, and to determine the demand for your product or service. The more information you gather, the greater your chances of capturing a segment of the market. Know the market before investing your time and money in any business venture. The following questions will help you collect the information necessary to analyze your market, and determine if your product or service will sell. This brief exercise will give you a good idea of the kind of market planning you need to do. An answer of no to any of the questions indicates a weakness in your plan, so do your research until you can answer each question with a yes. 1. Do you know who your customers will be? 2. Do you understand their needs and desires? 3. Do you know where they live? 4. Will you be offering the kind of products or services that they will buy? 5. Will your prices be competitive in quality and value? 6. Will your promotional program be effective? 7. Do you understand how your business compares with your competitors? 8. Will your business be conveniently located for the people you plan to serve? 9. Will there be adequate parking facilities for the people you plan to serve? Planning your startup. The following questions are grouped according to function. They are designed to help you prepare for opening day. Merchandise. Have you decided what items you will sell or produce, or what services you will provide? Have you made a merchandise plan, based upon estimated sales, to determine the amount of inventory you will need to control purchases? Have you found reliable suppliers, who will assist you in the startup? Have you compared the prices, quality, and credit terms of suppliers? Business records. Are you prepared to maintain complete records of sales, income and expenses, accounts payable, and receivables? Have you determined how to handle payroll records, tax reports, and payments? Do you know what financial reports should be prepared, and how to prepare them? Finances. A large number of small businesses fail each year. There are a number of reasons for these failures, but one of the main reasons is insufficient funds. Too many entrepreneurs try to start and operate a business without sufficient capital, money. To avoid this dilemma, you can review your situation by analyzing the following 3 questions. 1. How much money do you have? 2. How much money will you need to start your business? 3. How much money will you need to stay in business? In order to answer the second question, how much money will you need to start your business, You need to prepare an estimate of all your startup costs. Here is a list of items you may need to take into account. Note that this list is for a retail business. Items will vary for service, construction, manufacturing or online firms. Decorating and remodeling, fixtures and equipment, installing fixtures and equipment, services and supplies, beginning inventory cost, legal, professional fees, licenses and permits, telephone utility deposits, insurance, signs, advertising for opening, unanticipated expenses. Now, the answer to the third question, how much money will you need to stay in business? Must be divided into two parts, immediate costs, and future costs. From the moment the door to your new business opens, a certain amount of income may come in. However, this income should not be projected in your operating expenses. You will need enough money available to cover costs for at least the first 3 months of operation. The following list will help you project your operating expenses on a monthly basis. Typical expenses for 1 month may include your living costs, employee wages, rent, advertising, supplies, utilities, insurance, taxes, maintenance, delivery, transportation, miscellaneous. Now sum up the total estimated monthly expenses and multiply it by 3. This is the amount of cash you will need to cover operating expenses for 3 months. Deposit this amount in a savings account before opening your business. Use it only for those purposes listed in the above list, because this money will ensure that you will be able to continue in business during the crucial early stages. By adding the total startup costs to the total expenses for 3 months, you can learn what the estimated costs will be to start and operate your business for 3 months. By subtracting the totals of the lists from the cash available, you can determine the amount of additional financing you may need, if any. Now you will need to estimate your operating expenses for the first year after startup. The first step in determining your annual expenses is to estimate your sales volume, month by month. Next, determine the cost of sales. You may want to use a spreadsheet to do this. After startup, the primary source of revenue in your business will be from sales, but your sales will vary from month to month because of seasonal patterns and other factors. It is important to determine if your monthly sales will produce enough income to pay each month's bills. An estimated cash flow projection will show if the monthly cash balance is going to be subject to such factors as the following: failure to recognize seasonal trends, excessive cash taken from the business for living expenses, too rapid expansion, and slow collection of accounts if credit is extended to customers. Conclusion: if you have carefully answered all the questions in this video, you have seriously thought about your goal. However, there may be some things you may feel you need to know more about. Owning and running an event venue business is a continuous learning process. Research your idea, and do as much as you can, yourself, but don't hesitate to seek help from people who can tell you what you need to know. As we conclude this video, it's time you get your free event venue business plan gift. Go to the description below this video to get it now. It is completely free, no strings attached. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this.